Hello and welcome to Insights from the PM's Desk. I'm Justin Plouffe, Deputy Chief Investment Officer for Global Credit at Carlyle. Today I'm joined by Akhil Bansal. Akhil is the head of our Credit Strategic Solutions business, and he leads our asset-backed finance investing platform. Akhil, thanks for taking some time today.
Thanks, Justin, for having me.
All right, I read a lot in the paper about asset-backed finance, but just at a high level, what is it?
So asset-backed finance is about buying pools of loans and other assets with contractual cash flows. And a lot of the loans we're buying are loans that drive the financing of the real-world economy. We're buying loans that help consumers finance their education, finance their homes, finance their cars, finance their vacations, and in certain instances, even finance other expenditures. We're also investing in assets that generate other types of contractual cash flows, like royalties and licenses, things that we can predict and that can drive a steady stream of cash flow.
So I usually think of this market as a bank-driven market, but recently there's been a lot of private capital coming into the space. Can you talk a little bit about the interaction between the asset-backed finance market and the private credit markets?
Yeah, absolutely. What we're seeing is that there's a lot of change happening in how these types of loans and financing is delivered into the real economy. And there's a lot of change happening specifically around the banking system. Regulation is changing, the amount of capital that banks need to hold, the cost of the banks getting funding in the form of deposits. So all that confluence of factors is leading to a lot of this lending leaving the banking system and trying to find a home. And that's where firms like Carlyle are stepping in. With our asset-backed financing capabilities, we can provide that type of financing, often through private securitization-like structures. And so that is how private capital is trying to solve this, I'd say, problem of banks, exiting the market given the change that I talked about.
So with that backdrop, can you give us some examples of some of the private asset-backed finance deals you're seeing in the market today?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a spectrum of them. Some of them are examples where banks are just selling portfolios of loans off of their balance sheets to create liquidity, to release capital, or to exit what are now being viewed as non-core business lines. Sometimes they do that in a cash form. Sometimes they do it in something called a synthetic form, and we participate in both of those types of transactions. There's also transactions where, as a bank or another non-bank lender is originating loans, we're buying those on a prospective basis. So we think of that as providing financing on a going forward future basis. And then there's a variety of other types of highly structured transactions where you may have some institutional investor or another owner that owns a pool of loans that they're looking for liquidity or capital or financing against, and we'll provide that solution as well.
Now, whenever we invest at Carlyle, we like to have some sort of an edge. What is Carlyle's edge when we invest in the asset-backed finance market?
I think we have a couple of edges. First is that Carlyle has a 25-year history in securitized credit. It's our longest-standing credit business. So when you think about what we're fundamentally doing in asset-backed finance, we're taking these pools of loans and assets with contractual cash flows and we're securitizing them. We're tranching them up and we're creating varying risk-return profiles. That feeds or depends or leverages, I should say, this 25-year history in structured credit. Second thing is because of our broad footprint and platform, we can underwrite a lot of different types of collateral. We have a very large real estate business at Carlyle, so when we look at real estate loans, we can leverage that. We have a very large corporate platform, so when we're looking at pools of corporate loans, we can leverage that. So we always are looking for how we have a data edge and information edge because of Carlyle's platform when we're underwriting the collateral.
Well, this is definitely an exciting and growing area of the private credit markets. I'm sure we'll hear a lot more about it in 2024. Akhil, thanks for spending some time with us. And thanks to all of you for tuning in to Insights from the PM's Desk. We'll see you next time.